Hello guys, and welcome back. Let's continue where we left off. Okay. Let's see.
A rolled up tarpaulin, probably just like the ones hanging all over the place. That's the entrance to my family's gnome hole. We've been living here for generations. A rip-proof tarpaulin with eyes along the sides, surprisingly light. Probably the statue of some famous dwarven leader. I don't know much about their history.
For someone who's supposed to be a dwarf that lives in a town, how does he not know the history of his own town? Is what I'm finding to be weird.
The bastion looks so impressive. However, many of the halls and corridors were never completed. The tarps are supposed to offer the stonemasons a little protection. They have to be pretty tough if they're out there in all kinds of weather.
So we can enter the bastion or enter gnome hole. Oh, so we're a gnome, not a dwarf? But we're living in a dwarf town. That's weird. What happens if we enter the bastion?
Master Brewer, sir! Hello? Master Brewer, sir! Where are you?
Oh, he's sleeping.
Master Brewer, sir! Master Brewer!
What? What?
We have to tell the other dwarves. There was this gremlin in a cage and he gave me this ring and...
What kind of ring, then?
This ring! It's a very important ring. The gremlin said all our fates...
Wilbur, I really don't have time for this kid's stuff. I've got more important things to do.
As in sleep.
The ring has to be delivered to the Archmage down in the human town. The gremlin said it could end the war.
Listen, laddie, that's a ring. What's it supposed to be able to do?
It's... I have to. The gremlin wasn't lying.
Just think about it. When has anybody ever given an important ring to a little being like a gnome? That sort of thing just doesn't happen.
But...
That's enough. Now, go home. It's getting late.
Fine, I'll go home, Dick.
I guess I can't expect any help from a Master Brewer.
And let's go to our own little gnome hole that looks like a tin bunker. Okay, I was getting worried. Why was my game freezing?
One of my dad's inventions. He calls it a time measurometer. It splits the day into 2 periods of 12 hours each and shows which hour we are currently in.
It's a clock.
Sometimes I think that thing uses time up instead of just showing it.
Yeah, I feel that way a lot of the times too.
Another one of Dad's inventions, he calls it eclecticity or something. It's got something to do with hamsters.
What's that picture?
That's my family. Right now, just Grandad and I are holding down the fort. The others are all at a technology trade show down south. My dad is a mechanic and a physicist. He primarily works on, things. Mother is just a whole wife and geneticist. The baby is my little sister Sydney. I think she'll be a researcher too. She once doubled her baby phone's data transfer rate using nothing but a rattle and a rubber ball. My other little sister is Meggie, my parents' pride and joy. She mainly concentrates on robotics, combat robots to be exact. Grandad is a war veteran and conducts secret military research, whenever Dad lets him in the workshop, that is. Looks like I'm the proverbial exception to the rule. I'd rather go out into the world and become a mage, a hero like Knight Tilo. But someone has to look after Grandad and the Master Brewer. I'm more of a local, unsung hero.
Who would have thunk gnomes were so mechanically inclined and shit? God.
Hey, my mechanical flying fish Nemo. How did you get there? One of the few technical devices I ever built. Well, to be honest, actually my father and my sister really, but I did watch.
I have a mechanical flying fish named Nemo. Oh shit. That's different.
It still works. A solid example of gnome technology, if I do say so myself.
I like it.
A chair.
That's all I gotta say. So what do we do?
That door is part of Dad's living space optimization unit. Behind it is sort of a car park for rooms. Those are the controls for our living space optimization unit. My father invented them. A flower pot full of potting soil. Doesn't look like Mother planted anything in there. Those are my mum's plants. She grows a lot of that green stuff. She keeps trying to genetically change the plants so they can grow up here amidst the icy mountains. My mother is a real whole wife. She spends her time on chemistry, biology, genetics and that kind of stuff.
Catch. Damn it. Catch.
Oh, I can't reach that.
Yeah, you could. He's not flying that high. Don't lie to me. I'm short and I could reach that.
And down we go.
Hey, Granddad.
Halt! Who's there?
Hi, Grandad. It's me.
I doubt it. What's the password?
Nuclear first strike.
Nuclear first strike, sir.
Correct. What do you want?
A gremlin gave me this ring. He said it's very important. He said the ring has to be delivered to the Archmage as quickly as possible.
A ring? Have you checked it for contamination?
Why would I?
What?
For curses, hexes, poison?
I,
What am I talking about? Of course you have. No one would accept a ring from a gremlin and not check it for curses. Dangerous little blighters, those gremlins. You shouldn't feed them after midnight, you know.
The gremlin said this ring could decide the course of the entire war.
Decide the course of the war? That would be... Where is this gremlin?
Trapped in a cage on a dragon.
He barely had time to give me this ring. It should be taken to the Archmage as quickly as possible.
The Archmage? Yes. He'd know what to do. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've trained for.
We've trained? What do we do for training?
This is the hour in which a stout youngster becomes an adult. The hour of glory. The hour of fame. Hour!
But what do you mean stout?
Does everyone know what they have to do?
No.
Right, men. Let it be so.
His eyebrow twitches when he talks. It's weird. Oh, am I supposed to help him? Oh. I actually can look at stuff now. My bad.
Parts of some machine or something. If it's useless, it's Dad's. If it's broken, it's Grandad's. And if it's dangerous, it's from my sister Meggie.
Fun.
That's one of Grandad's great inventions. A ship which travels underwater. It can already sink.
It's a submarine.
Those are jelly glowfish lamps. As long as you feed them every couple of weeks, they're good for years of light.
Those are badass. I want one.
That's Dad's spare toolbox. Well, he took his everyday tools, his travel tools, and his finest tools with him.
Let's take the toolbox.
Let's see. What have we here? Wrench, pliers, auger grease, a minotaur foot, a curse meter. I'll just take the entire box.
Minotaur? Isn't it pronounced a minotaur? Minotaur. Extendo arm. Go go gadget.
Ah, an old extension arm. Very handy if you're too small to reach an object. Kind of a widespread problem amongst us gnomes. Grandad has this thing about secrecy. I think he's afraid of Shadow Army spies or something. A huge machine, I mean, even for Grandad. He's really taking advantage of Mum and Dad being away.
It looks like the beginning of a really bad Frankenstein movie. Are we gonna bring someone back from the dead?
Dad's vice brings back a lot of memories. Painful, mostly.
I don't want to know. Let's talk to Grandma. Or Grandpa. Oops.
Grandad?
Call me Colonel.
Just what exactly are we to do now, Colonel Grandad?
We've just discussed that. You get the equipment, I'll sort out the means of transport.
Equipment for what?
For what? For your journey to the town of the humans, of course. You need to pay more attention, my boy.
I'm supposed to... I thought someone else...
Who? I very much doubt you'll find anyone else here who's prepared to look death in the eye. This is your chance to be a tragic hero, my boy. A painful loss for the Alliance. Don't you want to be a hero?
Sure, I'd like to do something exciting, but I'm not sure I'm ready to try being...
Try? There is no try, only do. This is your chance. You'll be a hero, and I'll show everyone that this old gnome is still good for something. So, here's the plan. You get yourself some good gear, I'll sort out the means of transport.
All right, I can have a look around, but no promises.
About my equipment, what was all that stuff I need?
About my equipment.
Yes? Have you got everything?
I don't know. What exactly should I take?
Let me think. You need a helmet. You can fight without legs, but you can't fight without a head.
Without legs?
And you need a map of the area. Reconnaissance is everything. We are living in the information age.
So I need a map and a helmet. Got it.
And then, of course, you need a parachute. Better to
Where
be
the hell am I
safe
going to
than
get a
sorry.
parachute?
Just why I mean a parachute.
Just a precaution.
Are we going to be doing some skydiving? What do you think this ring is all about, then?
This ring, do you really think it could end the war?
I don't know if there's anything that can end this war.
The gremlin said it would change all our fates. Maybe it's a powerful magic ring.
We are simply soldiers, my boy. We fight when we are told to. Don't worry yourself about anything else.
Sounds sensible.
The Archmage of the Humans. Who is that?
You know the Archmage. Have you ever met him?
I've never met him. After all, he's a great leader, and I'm just a simple, highly decorated gnome colonel. But I've heard lots about him. He's a powerful mage, of course. He's an advisor to the king, and he's our most powerful alchemist and chief of the Secret Service.
Alchemist? Is he like Edward Elric? That would be amazing. I love Edward Elric. Full Metal Alchemist for the win.
I hope he's there. I always wanted to meet the real mage.
If he's not there, you'll have to wait for him or go and look for him. You must only give the ring to the Archmage in person, you hear me? No one else. Give me your word of honor. If the ring really is important, then it shouldn't be our fault if it lands in the wrong hands.
Okay. I swear I'll give it to the Archmage personally.
Just exactly how am I supposed to get into the humans' town? Yeah, 'cause I'm a gnome.
I'm supposed to travel to a human town in your machine, right?
Absolutely, it's the quickest way.
And the safest?
Absolutely, it's the quickest way.
The Master Brewer doesn't want to help us.
Well, we can't expect any help from the Master Brewer. He doesn't believe the ring is important.
I didn't expect much more from that cowardly drunkard.
Grandad, he's my boss.
Some boss sits in his fortress drinking beer from dawn till dusk while his comrades are fighting on the front line.
I think he misses them.
Well, perhaps, but one thing's for sure. We're on our own, soldier.
Well, I'm gonna go look for that equipment.
I'll go look for the rest of my gear.
You do that. I've got enough to do here. But remember, never look a Medusa in the eye, and never look at anyone on the underground.
Right.
Rope.
A thin, silvery elven rope. It's very light and almost unbreakable.
Take it. So we have to find a helmet, a map, and a parachute.
The locker won't open. It was badly damaged 2 years ago in the devastating spring cleaning explosion.
Spring cleaning explosion. Doesn't sound too safe.
That's the lever for my little sister's bedroom. I'm not touching that. She builds combat robots, and she kind of hinted that she knows how to protect her privacy. That's the lever for my parents' bedroom. I can't use it until they get back.
Is that when you... Oh, we'll go in the kitchen. Where's your room?
Our kitchen.
Huh.
Our flour mill. Mother makes sure we eat a healthy diet. One day we'll all be big and strong, comparatively. Master Merlin's antibacterial kitchen cleaner. The dirt disappears like magic. If only I could cast spells like Merlin, or any other household cleaner for that matter.
Merlin. Makes me want to watch The Sword in the Stone again.
Mum hid the knives as a precaution. After Grandad's knife-throwing training classes last year, she doesn't trust us anymore. A pale blue glowing liquid. Something tells me it's probably not good for you.
Can we take it?
My mum wrote super fertilizer on it. Probably one of her genetic experiments.
I was like, can we make the plant grow?
Why should I fertilize potting soil when there's nothing planted in it?
Because why not? Your bedroom.
This is my very cool room. My old gnome scout rucksack. Pretty tough that, but somehow I always had the feeling it could have been a little larger.
Take it, because we're probably going to need it.
I wonder if putting small bags and pouches in it would increase the rucksack's capacity.
You don't have much in this bedroom, do you?
My old tennis racket, although I was never very good. Catgut is missing. What did I use that for?
Why I'm taking a tennis racket? I don't know. Yeah, the map's in the bastion.
I'm not climbing up there, it's all iced up. I'd probably end up breaking my neck.
Can we use the rope? Okay, never mind. Let's go in the bastion.
The map shows the area between here and the human town of Seastone.
Take the map.
It's worth a try. Yikes!
What's happening?
Oh, nothing much. I just scared off a pixie.
What, here? At this time of year? The beasties are getting more and more cheeky.
Phew, that was close. I can't get to the map as long as he's sleeping there. I'll have to distract him somehow.
How the hell am I gonna do that? Why can't you just take the freaking map? You can do the same thing?
The pot could make a perfect helmet, but how do I get rid of that slime? Slime can be really evil. Bad slime.
We have cleaner.
I can't get close enough. It'll snap at me and slime me. I'll just knot the loose ends around the frame. Done. Wouldn't want to play tennis with it, but it does make a fine scoop net. I'll thread the rope through the eyes around the edge of the tarpaulin. Done.
Oh, parachute. There you go. But how are we gonna get closer? Yeah, I know.
The stove is still a little warm. You couldn't cook anything on it, but you could heat something up. To be honest, I'm not going to put my hand in there without a very good reason. Who knows what the rat has hidden there? Maybe rotten food, or already digested food, or even more rats.
Man, for someone who's supposed to be a guy, you sure are freaking scared of rats. So can we distract him by using the robot?
The robot gets its energy from rubbish. That's got the power supply sorted out then. The X100 is ready for use again. I just need some new DNA and it's off on the hunt again. Beards are important to dwarves. The longer the beard, the more respect the dwarf gets. And the beard ornaments tell you a lot about their owner. The master brewer, for example, is a second-degree keg roller. He was born the 9th of 12 children, and he's got a weak spot for beer. He's a bachelor, but isn't one for walks in the morning dew. And he was almost kicked out of school for pulling a girl's moustache. That's the brewer, sir. Say, you wouldn't happen to have a parachute, would you?
That's a good one.
I didn't think so. As a warrior, you're bound to have a lot of weapons, armour and helmets and such, right?
What, me? No. Why should I? I'm a master brewer, not a warrior.
But you belong to the dwarf army.
Well, aye, but the master brewer doesn't get involved with weapons and all. Even when I was on the battlefield, my job was just sitting on the ox cart and looking after the beer barrels.
Did any of the other dwarves maybe forget a helmet in the bastion?
A forgotten helmet? Never, lad. Them things are precious family heirlooms for us dwarves. We just don't go forgetting stuff like that.
Too bad. I guess I'll have to look elsewhere then.
Can I have the map?
Mr. Master Brewer, sir, could I maybe borrow that map over there?
What, that? Oh, lad, that map shows the finest taverns in the land. And this one's on it, too.
Oh, I'd be really, really careful with it.
No. To be quite honest, there hasn't been a lot going on here since war broke out. And I've got no chance of being featured again. That's why the map is staying where it is.
Except for I'm going to steal it.
I talked to my granddad. He thinks the ring is important too. He wants to help me get to the human town.
Yeah? Well, of course he wants to do that. Listen to me, laddie. Nothing against your grandpa. But don't you think he's a few gills short of a pint?
My granddad is a great soldier and inventor.
Of course he is. Of course he is. But, how should I put it? He's maybe had one crash landing too many. His flying machines were mostly a bit, temperamental. And let's face it, he wasn't actually the greatest of pilots. Honestly, son, if your grandpa reckons there's something in that story, then for me, that's just one more reason to keep out of it.
Grandad and I will show everyone. I don't want to trouble you any further. Good night.
And yourself. Have a good one.
I know I have to use the robot, but how am I supposed to get his DNA? I wonder if I have anything back in the house I could use.
Our kitchen.
How about the knife? There we go.
There's still some grain in the funnel. Barley, I think.
What if I plant the barley?
I don't even know what to do with one handful of barley. Why do I need two then?
Okay then, never mind. Anything useful? Nope. Okay, let's leave and go back to the bastion because we got scissors where we can cut his beard. It's still on, right?
The X100 is ready for use again.
Okay. I just want to make sure it's still on. Scissors.
No, I can't. Well, maybe I
Do it.
can.
Just do it.
I'm gonna burn in hell for this.
It's nothing that bad. You're not gonna burn in hell. Come on, I've done worse.
I wonder if that would work. At least it would distract the Master Brewer a bit.
Exactly. Did you give it to him?
Ah! Hello? Stop! That wasn't supposed to happen. I have a feeling that wasn't such a brilliant idea. Oh, I like the Master Brewer.
That were amazing. The eternal struggle of dwarf against machine. And I won!
Are you okay?
Of course! And why not? You think a stupid tin bucket's going to beat a proper dwarf? No chance. That was good. Something's happening at last. Cause for celebration. I think we should drink to that.
I think you say we should drink to everything. But I need to take that damn map.
Hello, Master Brewer, sir!
Aye, aye, Wilbur.
How'd you beat the robot?
When the robot started in on you, I never thought you'd beat it.
Ha ha! It was an epic scrap, lad, an epic scrap. Dwarf against machine, nature against technology, mind over matter.
Mind? How did you destroy it?
I hit him as hard as I could with heavy objects until sparks started leaping out of her.
Oh, a shrewd tactic.
Too right. But he did land a couple on me. Look what he did to my beard.
Oh.
Except for we did
yes.
that. But blame it on the robot.
Tanked up with ale and adrenaline I didn't even notice.
I have to go. Enjoy the celebration.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go steal the freaking map. Now.
I think he's drunk with victory, so he shouldn't see anything. I have it. The map of the area. All I need now is a helmet and a parachute. I hope I don't need to use the parachute. I always like to keep my feet on the ground.
Wait, isn't that what that is? We have a parachute. That's what that is. Oh, wow. Poor robot. How do I get the cooking pot now?
The pot could make a perfect helmet, but how do I get rid of that slime? Slime can be really evil.
Yeah, you said that last time.
The
Nope.
pot could make
God
a
damn it.
perfect helmet.
Hey, shut
How
up.
do Slime can.
I went into inventory. Not that, that. And you can say the same thing? Yeah. So...
I can't get close enough. It'll snap at me and.
Ah! No. Barley? I don't even know what to do with barley. Where's the icicle? Apparently there's an icicle. Is that it? There it is. I'm like, I don't see it.
Of course, it's pretty cold all year round up here in the mountains. But this year, winter came particularly early.
Okay, take the icicle.
It worked. I got it.
Okay. Supposed to combine that with that.
It'll take a long time for the icicle to melt. After all, the pot isn't all that warm. I should speed up the melting process.
Yeah, I know, but we gotta do something else too. So that we can do the whole freaking slime thing. We need to take that and catch you.
Gotcha.
Now we need to go down.
And down we go.
Now we need to go back to the bastion. I'm feeling it's going to be a habit of having to have to look at a guide after so long for this game. There's a lot of things, it's just like, how would you know to do that? Is what I'm so far coming across now. Okay, go in the kitchen. Okay, so Nemo extendo arm? Oh no, extendo arm cleanser.
A perfect fit. Now we can make long-reaching attacks on bacteria.
And that goes on stove. I don't fully know why. I just know
It
that's
shouldn't take long to melt the icicle. The stove
what you're
is still
supposed
warm.
to do.
The icicle is gone. All that's left is crystal clear water.
Oh, so we have water. Okay, that makes sense. No. Extendo arm. That thingy. Pot. Nope, go to pot.
Now I'm gonna do something I should have done a long time ago.
Bye, Flubber!
It's too bad that slime had to be so evil.
You didn't give him a chance. He could have been nice.
Now that's a helmet fit for a hero. It only stinks a little bit. So that's 2 of the 3 pieces of gear already. So all I need now is a parachute.
But I thought that's a parachute.
Let's see. If I pull the rope through the eyes on the rucksack, yes, that should work. There we go. A parachute. And that's the last of my gear. I must get back to Grandad. Fast.
Alright. We accomplished stuff.
And down we go.
I would love to have that kind of thing in my house. Instead of having to walk down steps. That would just be awesome.